Hey guys, Wayne here, and today I have yet another dash cam. This one is from myGEKOgear. The only thing is this one has a twist. Literally, it has a rear-facing camera with a twistable lens. So we're going to check this one out right now. This is what you get inside of the box. You got your mount for the windshield, you got your camera with a 16 gigabyte SD card already placed inside, your micro SD card adapter, your cord to connect to the computer, your cords to connect to the car, and your owner's manual. Bleh. Looks kind of like a alien monster, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to stick some power in here so we can go over some of the settings really quick. As soon as you put power in it, it's going to be like if it was in the car. Red light comes on right here on the right side, and on the left you can see it blinking. That means it's recording right now, so it automatically records as soon as it starts to get power. I'm going to stop it by pushing the OK button on the right side here. Okay, on the display you can see the front camera is filming the box. The rear camera down here is filming me filming this review. So if you want to switch between cameras, simply push this top left button, and now you have just the front. Push it again, and you have just the rear. Now it's still recording front and rear to the SD card. Well, not right now because I turned it off, but when it is recording, it will continue regardless of this setting. So I'm going to push it again for both. And I'm going to go over some of the settings here. This center button on the left is for your menu. So you have the first menu, you push it again, and you have your second menu. We're going to start over with the first menu. And you got screen resolution, up and down arrows to scroll through this. You have, well, let's just see what I have it set on. So I'm going to push the center menu, the menu button, scroll down and push OK. And I have it set to 1080p plus 1080p. So if I went up, I'd be on just the front camera, but I want both. So I'm going to leave it here and press OK. Now I'm going to scroll down to loop recording and press OK. And I have it set for 10-minute blocks of video. So you can switch that around. And all that is depending on the size of your card, it will continue to film. And as it takes video in increments of 10 minutes, when the card is full, it'll go back and start rewriting from the beginning of the card all the way back to the end and then go all the way back around again. So I'm going to leave it on 10 minutes. I usually have it at 5, but I'm going to leave this one at 10 minutes. Press OK. Exposure, if you think the video is a little dark or a little too bright, you can go in here and go up or down for brightness or make it dimmer. I'm leaving it set to 0 because it looks fine to me. Motion detection. This would probably be useful if you hardwired it into your car and you wanted it to constantly be recording and picking up on motion, or having motion set it off to start recording. I don't do that. I actually have the unit. It's a separate piece from another company, but I don't know, I never needed it, so I don't use that part right there. Record audio, obvious, right? You can have it record audio or not record audio inside the car. I leave that on. I like to pick up all the conversations. Nothing's private in my car. Date stamp, obvious again. You just picking the date or telling it to display the date on the video, on or off. I leave that on. GSensor, this is set to medium. I think by default it was set to high. I put it on medium, and what this is if you get hit and the car or the camera detects a jolt, then it's going to lock whatever video that it's filming, or whatever clip it's filming. It's going to lock that clip into memory on the SD card and not allow you to erase it. So it's for safekeeping in case you need it. It won't get overwritten. So you could change it if you find that it's locking up too many videos, put it to low. Or if it's not doing enough, put it to medium. If it's still not doing enough, put it to high. Works great for me on medium. And then we're back to the top here. So if I push it again, it's actually going to exit the menu because we went through that first screen. I want to go through the second screen, so I got to push this left button twice. And now I'm on the second screen. And this is where you can go to Wi-Fi, press OK, and turn that on. Press OK. Now it's actually in Wi-Fi mode. You would take your cell phone and you would look for a Wi-Fi signal, and you would look for this unit right here with this password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and then when you're done, you just press OK to get out of this. So when you're completely done with Wi-Fi, you just press OK to get out of it. So that is for the app, in case you want to download any of the video to your cell phone. Now, that takes a long time. I forget how long the video was. It was a few minutes, but it took me like 5 to 10 minutes to download it from the camera over Wi-Fi onto my cell phone so I could play it on the cell phone. And on the cell phone, there's software. You go to get the Gecko app. I'll put a link down below with the exact name. And on that one, you get things like the speed. You can see the speed, the direction, GPS information, all that kind of good stuff. So that is pretty cool, but I don't think you really want to sit there and download video to your cell phone. It takes quite a long time. So I'm going to go back into the second menu, and left button, date and time. That's for you to put in the date and time. Screensaver just is how long will the screen stay on or turn off. Beep sound, I have that turned off because I cannot stand the beeping. For every button I push, it beeps. I don't like that, so I turn the beep off. Language, obvious choice right there is English for me. TV mode, you can connect. It has an output right here on top of the camera, so you can connect to another external monitor. If it's flickering, you can change the frequency, and you can format your SD card, set it back to default, check the version number, and if you need be, just check the version number against what's on the myGEKOgear.com website. Check the version against the firmware, and if you need a new one, you can download it and install it. And that's really about it. So I'm going to push the menu button again to get out of this. And I think this one down on the bottom, you can, if it's recording and you see something that you want to lock, you just push that button and it'll lock it. I cannot remember. Oh, this M1, this M button right here, it changes it to camera, so it's in a camera view right now. It's back to now you can watch videos that are on the SD card right here on the camera. I'm going to push this again, and we're back to regular view. I think if I push this button here, oh no, that's I'm gonna get out of it, I guess. So yeah, I forgot already. See that? This changes the view on the screen, so I'm going to leave it right here. So that is about it in a nutshell. There's more information probably in the manual, but I think that is enough. That's probably like really all anybody cares about. These 4 little lights right here are infrared, and they help you see in the dark inside the car. So works really well, but you have to turn this for the light to hit wherever you want it to show up. So like if you want to look at the passenger in the rear of the car, you got to go this way. If you want to get the passenger in the front, you got to go maybe a little bit more. So yeah, so it's pretty neat, but it's very directional. It would have been nice if these were angled out a little bit so that you didn't have to really turn this to see everybody inside the car. Let me rephrase that though. Even without these lights, the night vision on this is pretty good inside the car. So you can still see people, but these lights, wherever it shines, makes a much brighter light that helps you see. So not not bad. It works pretty darn good. And that, my friends, oh, one more button over here. This will turn the screen off. And if you're driving and you want to see something, you can push it again, it comes back on. So when it's out, it's not completely out. I don't think you can see that, but there's still, you can still kind of see what's going on with the camera. And on this side, I have, like I said in my review, I have this Samsung 128 EVO SD card. And I'm going to put a link to it down below. The manual says to use nothing higher than a 64 gig card, but this is 128. I've had it in for a couple weeks now, and it's working great, or at least a week. So, like I said, I'll put a link below. If you want to use it, but if you want to go by the directions, then stick to 64 gigs. Okay, so this is where I have my dash cam installed. It's just suction cupped to the windshield, and this cable's sort of hanging down right now because I wanted to show you just kind of lightly how you're going to install this. Basically, you can just squeeze this in between parts, like right up here, all along the headliner, and I tucked it in right here. You're not going to want to come down across the airbag. So keep it on the side with the windshield till you get all the way down to the bottom, and then just tuck it in right here and then down the side. And this is usually just a plastic panel that you can just slide it all the way down until you get underneath, and then just drag it straight across. You may want to wire tie it to something up behind the glove box, unless there's a panel there that you can squeeze it between. And then I pulled this carpet out because that's where I'm going to tuck most of it to hide it, and it will come out and up and around over here to where my cigarette charger is in the car, and that's where I have the dash cam plugged into. Now, of course, an easier way would be just plug it in and let the cable go straight down, hide it between something on your dash, and plug it in. But I'm going to try to do it a little bit neater than that. One other way you could do it is if you have a center console back here, like I do, there's a cigarette charger in there too. And I ran an extension from it down between the seat and back over here. Now, I'm not using it with this installed, but this is the extension cord right here. I could use it if I want to. So if I don't want to keep that open and I keep this in here permanently, which I think I'm going to do, then that would be my next solution for wiring it in and not have it show. So, okay, so that's it. Now I'm going to get some footage and we're going to take a look at that. Yep. Thank you. So another good thing about this camera with the rear facing camera is that it's good for like ride sharing. You can get the back seat, people back there, everybody up front, and so if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, any whatever, you do deliveries, you got people in the car, even just friends, I guess, it doesn't really matter, does it? You can be sure to film the outside of the car as well as the inside of the car. And I think it's getting outside the back window a bit and a little bit from the side. So if you're parked like I am right now at a light and somebody ran into you, you'd capture that too. So pretty good camera. Okay, I want to check something out. I am going to take the SD card out of my previous dash cam. I think it's 128 gigs. And I'm going to plug it into this camera and see if it works. Okay, we're back. 128 gigabyte SD card by Samsung in the dash cam, and it is recording, so I guess it can handle pretty large SD cards. So I need to check the specs with myGEKOgear and see what they suggest. This may not be a suggested size or even type of SD card, but it seems to be working for me. I'm going to leave it in there for a while and see how it goes.
Your Acura's still kicking, huh?
Yeah.
You know why it looks good still inside?
Why?
Because you have no kids.
And do you have a preference between Japanese or Japanese Thai?
I can do the Japanese.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Yeah. So.
Yeah, they both places have bento boxes.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rice burrito last night, so I was like, oh my god. I was like, this is so good. I was like, and then yeah, Wayne, we'll have to hit the taco place on Wednesday, if that's any more proximity of the stop.
So what do I think about this GEKOgear dash cam with its rear-facing twistable camera? I like it. I like it a lot. The front-facing camera is a 1080p 24 frames a second camera. Pretty cool. On par with pretty much all the dash cams that I've ever used. Maybe one that I've used in the past slightly better for the front-facing camera, but that's just from memory. I don't really know because I didn't do a comparison, and this is not a comparison video, so I'm going to move on from that. The rear-facing camera has me hooked. I really like that camera. I like the quality of the camera, and it has night vision. It has 4 what I believe are infrared lights beaming out of it. The only thing that I would improve on that would be they face straight back. I would like to see them more pointing towards the driver's side and the passenger side, so being out in an angle a little bit I would like better. So besides that, everything about this is really cool. It has a 16 gig card, I believe is what comes with it, SD card. And they say that it can't, or they recommend going as high as 64 gigabytes. Now, I have 128 in there. It's been in there for about a week, and I've had no problems. In fact, it's been working great. So, I'm not recommending you go over what they say, but just letting you know. It works for me. And I'm going to put links below, which are going to include a discount code that GEKOgear is giving me to give to you to get a discount on this camera. So that's pretty cool. It's limited, it has a limited time. It's not going to be there forever, so if you want to get your hands on this camera, you might want to do it as soon as possible. So that, my friends, is about it. Until next time, have fun, have a great day, and I will see you guys later.